Hi, this is Greg Hughes with 90-Second Website Builder. I'm going to show you how to place a video on your web page using this great software. It's really easy to do, so it'll be simple and quick. The first thing you do is you go over to the media tools that are here in the toolbox, and I'm going to use the YouTube tool. That's the easiest way to add video. It's not the only way, but it's about the easiest way. I'm going to grab the YouTube tool and just draw a box, however big I want my video to be. So I'm going to draw a box about like that. Now, the way I determine which YouTube video I want to play is really simple. I just double click on this and you'll see I'm presented with the YouTube properties. I'm going to paste in the address here to the YouTube video that I want to play from my website. So to do that, of course, I need to go to YouTube and find that video. Here I am at the YouTube location of the video I want to put on my website. And this URL at the top of the page is all I need. This URL or this web address will tell my software to where to get the video. It's going to get it at youtube.com. And the video it's going to get is this video right here. YouTube actually identifies all of its videos with sort of an identification number. That's what this is. So by copying this, I've selected it, Control C. I'm just going to go paste it into here. And click OK. And I'm done. I'm going to hit F5. And there's that video playing from the YouTube.
Looking at right now.
As you can see, that was really easy to do. But let me show you a couple of little things here along the way. I'm going to close this preview. Now, I don't know if you remember when I pasted in the address, it didn't look exactly like this. What happened was 90-Second Website Builder actually reformatted this for me. And that's okay, because this is the actual format that it wants to use. However, the software is smart enough to reformat the address as long as we get it in the right location. Now, what I did was I got the address from here. It looks like this, youtube.com/watch, a question mark, and then V equals, and then there's that identification number. And the format that it switched it to was this one, youtube.com/V/ the identification number. They're very similar, and they do the same thing. So just so you know, don't be surprised when you copy this URL from YouTube and paste it into the software that at some point the software reformats it to this format. That's perfectly acceptable. It's fine to do. So don't let that throw you off. However, sometimes people do get a little thrown off because what they do when they go get their YouTube video is instead of getting the address up here, they make the mistake of getting it from what YouTube calls the embed code. Because when you're on a YouTube video page, you scroll down, YouTube gives you these settings. One says share, which makes sense. Sometimes people will just copy this and go put it into the YouTube tool. That won't work. This embed code is not for the YouTube Player 90-Second Website Builder. This is specifically designed just to work with social media. So if you were sharing this video through Facebook or Twitter, then you would use this link. You can see it's quite a bit different. Although the identification number here is the same, the actual domain is not youtube.com. It's this funny looking one. And this is only used for social media. So this is not the link you want. When you're placing YouTube video on your website, you want to get the actual address to the page. So that's important to know. And a lot of times people will make that mistake. Or they'll click on the embed and get the embed code and get all of this right here. This is also not what you want. This will not put your video on your website with the YouTube tool. This is a different kind of code that has to be tweaked and worked with a little bit differently. In fact, YouTube actually leaves out some code. They're missing some of their HTML here, and you'd have to go here and edit, put in the HTTP here, etc. So we're not going to bother with that because we don't need to. We've got a really simple tool, a 90-Second Website Builder called the YouTube tool, and all you have to do is grab the code up here and you're done. So hopefully that'll make it much simpler for you. There's one other thing you might find that will be a little bit confusing at YouTube. I'm going to go to the video manager here. This is the video manager of my YouTube account. And of course, because I have a lot of videos, I have what's called a YouTube channel. And if you watch one of the videos on my channel, you may recognize this. Some of you watching this video probably subscribe to this channel, and so you'll see this. But there's something you should know. When you're watching a video on a YouTube channel, so for example, let's watch this one. You'll notice,
have you ever been on a
whoops, let me stop that. You'll notice that the URL does change. We still have that youtube.com/watch V equals, and here's the identification number of this particular video. But because we're on a channel, it also picks up this other code right here. It starts with this ampersand or and sign, and all of this is relating to the channel. And this is not the code you want in your YouTube player at 90-Second Website Builder. So if you happen to be at a URL that's long like this, you're probably on a YouTube channel. That's different than being at the specific page for that video. You want to make sure you just grab the code that comes before the ampersand right here, and that'll work just fine. So sometimes people grab the wrong code because YouTube makes it a little bit confusing, but we've tried to make it as easy as possible in 90-second website builder for you to just grab this part of the URL, put it in the tool, and you're good to go. That was pretty quick and easy. So let's look at a couple of other things you can do with this great tool. When you double click on the video, of course, you bring up the YouTube properties. That's how we put the YouTube web address in here. But there's a couple of things you should know. You can configure the settings for this video. You can make it loop by checking this box, which means it would repeat at the end after it played through. I don't normally like to do that. Auto start. This is if you want the video to automatically play when the page loads, then you would leave this checked. If you want the user to decide when to play the video by clicking on it, you would leave this unchecked. If you want the video to play in high quality mode, you have to remember that some people have slower internet connections, so sometimes that's not a great idea, but you can decide that. If you want to show related videos at the end of your video, remember sometimes YouTube puts up little thumbnails so people can click on one of those choices and watch a different video. It won't necessarily be your video, it'll be some random video about the same topic. So I normally don't check that because I want people watching my videos. You can show the info about this video. You can enable the full screen button. This allows people to click the little button in the bottom corner of the video and enlarge it so they can watch it in the full screen. You may or may not want that option. You can hide the controls. These are obvious. You want to keep this checked. Some people have Flash, some people have HTML5. This makes sure it supports both of those kinds of people. So you can decide what you want these to end up at, and it's very simple to make these adjustments. Here's one more trick and then I'll let you go because this is really a fun one. And you'll notice here at the top we have this tab called Lightbox. This is a way to make your YouTube video really play in a cool way. Here's how you do it. First of all, you have to select it by saying display the content, in other words, this video, inside a light box when an image is clicked. So we're going to need an image for our user to click, and it's going to make the video pop up. So let's go find an image that would be sensible. I got a bunch of them here. So let's find one that sort of looks like a video. And you can use any image, of course, anything that you would want people to click on. Here's a good one because it looks like a video. So I'm going to select that one, click open. There's my image. And by the way, this is the size of that light box where that video will play. I'm going to leave this at 640 by 385 and you'll see what that looks like, but I could change that if I wanted to. Okay, I'm going to click OK. And now you can see my little video box is gone. Instead, I have that image. And by the way, I'm going to make this image smaller because it won't matter how big this image is. The video is going to play in a light box according to the size we just looked at. So watch what happens now. I'm going to click F5. And now when somebody clicks this image, there's the light box that pops up and the video begins to play. Let me move the camera down a little bit. So this looks really nice. As you can see, you're given a light box. The back part of the web page kind of goes out of focus, goes dim, and it really makes your YouTube video pop off the page. And then the user can just click this button to close it. Let's do that again. I'm just clicking the image and the video pops up.
The website
and you'll notice it auto plays because we had that checked. So just another really great way to add some life to your website, playing videos from YouTube. So as you can see, the YouTube tool in 90-second website builder is really, really easy to use, and it makes it simple for you to add video to the websites you're making with 90-second website builder.